Let's talk about this. We got a 2,000 liter water tank. That's pretty big. At time t equals 0, water begins to drain out of that tank modeled by R. Okay, it's draining out. Find the average rate at which the water is draining from the tank between 0 and 8 hours.
Well, this is actually it's one of those problems where you have bounds of like 6 to 8, and then you have bounds of 0 to 5, and you need to add them both together.
Yeah, this actually took me a sec to look at. You're exactly right, Coop. Do you guys agree? You're like, wait, they went from 0 to 8, but this equation's from 0 to 5, and this equation's then from beyond 5 to then to 8. So you're right, we need to do 2 separate integrals. So Cooper's point, he's like, all right, from 0 to 8, we got to go ahead and get, I'm going to go ahead and say, so again, remind yourself when we're finding averages, we add things up. So we're going to use that integral, and then we got to divide by that interval, right? So I'm going to say, all right, I want to do this. This is what my end goal is, of add things up from 0 to 8 and then divide by 8. But I might write that a little differently, of putting that 1/8 out front. And again, you don't have to put this part if you don't want to, because to Cooper's point, we got to separate this out. So these are the exact same thing. How am I going to go from, how am I going to break this up given this information? Yeah, we're going to add the 2. So we got that 1/8 chilling, right? And then we've got to take an integral from 0 to what? Yeah, start with 0 to 5. And I'm going to put its function that goes with that. 600t over t plus 3 dt. And then we also have to add to that, what?
1000e to the negative 0.28.
1000e to the negative 0.2t. Agreed. And Coop, you cool with making that from 5 to 8 then? Make sure that we don't.
6 to 8?
No, because what about from 5 to 6? When would we incorporate that, right?
Well, it says greater than 5.
True, but isn't 5.1 bigger than 5 and 5.01? Yep. So we're going to just go from right where we pick off. Where we dropped off. My bad. Perfect. You guys, let's go get our calculators. I think the hardest part of this is just typing it in accurately. Let's see if we can match. If you got 258.052, yes, let's talk that. Ritz, I think that you brought up a good point. You said find the average rate. So we're going to be talking about liters per hour, and here's why. Do you agree R was liters per hour? So if I integrate liters per hour, if I integrate a velocity, don't I get a position, which would just be liters? But you told me it was liters per hour, and you're exactly right, because guess what this 8 was? Guess what we divided by? Exactly, this 8 was those hours. So even though this part right here would have just gotten me liters, we got per hour because we divided by that 8 again. So you're right, this would have been liters per hour. Great question. Okay, now I'm going to intensify these a little bit. If the average value is 12, I'm telling you what the average value is. Then they want to know basically what is this integral from negative 2 to 4 of some function divided by 8. You're like, what? So again, we are just, we're building this up a little bit. Let me remind you real fast, because this is what we did yesterday. Average value is, you agree, 1 over b minus a times the integral of a function. That's good old average value. Did they tell us what the average value is in this problem?
Yeah.
What'd they tell us?
12.
12. So I'm going to put 12 on the left side equals 1 over, what would my b minus a get me? Because this goes from a to b. b minus a would be 4 minus negative 2, which is 6. And then the integral from, again, negative 2 to 4 of f of x. That's my average value. So I've like put some information in, but I haven't really dealt with that 8 yet, have I? Yeah, what is that? Exactly. So real fast though, if I just kind of wanted to get this alone, could I multiply both sides by 6? Could I say times 6, and I get 72 equals this integral from negative 2 to 4 of f of x. Comfortable with that? But so I've kind of dealt with everything up here except this over 8. Well, if I divide this side by 8, am I allowed to divide that side by 8? Yeah, exactly. So if I divide this side by 8, I can divide that side by 8. Sorry for working kind of backwards on the sheet. So then I'd get 9 equals that integral from -2 to 4.
Where does that 8 come from?
Oh, my bad. This one right here.
Yeah, but like it wasn't in the line above it.
Totally. So I was kind of ignoring it, and here's why. Here's why. And we
F of x over 8 is still just a function.
exactly. Yep, because this is really just 1/8 times that integral of f of x, right? It's just a constant. So when I reintroduced it, I'd get 9. Here's what they're going to ask the most. It says, use a trapezoidal sum to approximate, and then they change things up a little bit from what we're used to doing with trapezoidal sums. Check this out. A trapezoidal sum, we've never seen this in front of it. A trapezoidal sum we've used to estimate an area from 0 to 15.
We just need to divide our answer by 15.
We need to divide our answer by 15. And what is that asking for then? This is adding up all of our areas.
It's the average value.
It's the average value. And that's what they want to see in this part B. They say interpret it whenever you've got that 1/15 or 1 over anything out front. They want you to say, oh, it's the average temperature of the water in the bucket. Okay, so that is a really sneaky thing in my. So let's just practice trapezoidal one more time. Then we'll deal with the 1/15. That 1/15 is just really chilling. 1/15, he out front. Anyone remember trapezoidal rule?
It's
Exactly. Area of a trapezoid is 1/2 bases times the height. When I say bases, I could write this a little bit more clearly. I'll put that over there. Area of a trapezoid is just like a triangle. Whereas you know 1/2 base times height is a triangle. So 1/2 bases times the height is a trapezoid. That's good. So if they only want it from 0 to 15, we're going to go just 3 little trapezoids. And the area of one trapezoid is 1/2 the bases. Does anyone remember what the bases would be of the first trapezoid? Very good. 55 and 58.1. 55 and 58.1. The height. Exactly. Thanks, Rye. The height is this change right here. 4. My next trapezoid is going to be 1/2 its bases. We used 55 and 58.1. Now we're going to use, so good, 58.1 and 63.8 times the height. The change in those x's in this case is 5. And lastly, my last trapezoid is going to be 1/2 its bases, 63.8 and 68.9 times its height. The difference between 9 and 15, 6. Do we need an answer? Absolutely not. Might Biscuit put his 1/15 here, and might Tatum say, I was just gonna do add them all up, and then she might show it as divide by 15. Either way, we're right. We got to put that 1/15 somewhere, though. And then it says, using proper units, interpret your answers. So what really helps me figure out units is, what is this 15 referring to? I just go back to this. Do you agree my 15 is talking about minutes? And if I wrote it like Tatum, I'd be dividing by minutes. I'd be dividing by minutes. Let me write this out this way. Boop. If I wrote it like that, I'd be dividing by minutes there. And maybe I just write my units off to the side, actually. I'm going to say, all right, we got minutes on the bottom. And then what was going on here? This 1/2 didn't have a value. What was 55 and 58.1's units? Those were degrees Fahrenheit, and I multiplied that times my 4. What were 4's units? Minutes. And I just did that a lot. So I had degrees Fahrenheit times minute over minute. What's going to cancel out? My minutes. So what did we find when we did, excuse me, bless you, Lobble. It says using proper units, What do you think we found? It says the temperature of water in a bucket is given by W
The average temperature of the water,
in the from
0 to 15 minutes.
perfect. We got to say all those things. Exactly. The temp, the average temp. If we don't say average, they're not going to give us the point. Of water in the bucket in degrees Fahrenheit from 0 to 15 minutes. And I just think that average is very sneaky because it's just the only tip to you to know to include average is that little 1/15th out front. That's it. Here's a little annoyance though. They often, these little change up in words, they often ask what's the average value versus the average rate of change. Whoa. And I feel like they're kind of similar. So average value has been what we've been doing. So I just want you to remind yourself, average value is that 1 over b minus a of the integral of a to b. And how me personally, sometimes I like to put it in words, it's the average quantity over a time period. Whoa, bless you.
Is that the mean value theorem?
Ooh, okay. Mean value theorem, just as a mean value theorem, similar. Mean value theorem is if I've got a continuous and differentiable function from A to B, then the average slope, which would just be change of y over change in x, there will be a point on the function that has the same slope, meaning the derivative will equal my average slope. Mean value theorem. So I agree, lots of average stuff and means going on. Just an average value is just saying, you know, what's that average temperature of or my average speed and things. Okay. Versus average rate of change. Where have we seen rate of change a lot since middle school? Rate of change is just slope. So you guys, when they're asking for average rate of change, we're literally doing change of y over change in x. We're talking y minus y over x minus x. And I think that's hard to remember. So it's the slope or the rate of change at a certain point, in time. Let's talk, which one did they want here? Here's the answer. Sometimes I do that when I'm copying down the problem, then I forget to delete it. Okay. From 2023, the rate of flow of gasoline in gallons per second is this. This is a rate of flow. This is a G prime, if you will, even though they just named it G. Using this model, find the average rate of flow. Find the average rate of flow of gasoline from 0 to 15. So this is hard, you guys. Say that again. What's up?
You said 115 instead of 150.
Oh, sorry. Do you think, okay, this is tough. Even though I said rate of, they don't want rate of change here. They're giving the rate of flow, and they want the average rate of flow. They want that average value of this function. So this is one where we've got to go say, all right, from 150 to 0, so 1 divided by 150, from 0 to 150, we got to go find that average value. And we would use our calculator on here. Go see if you could get 0.096. I already wrote that answer there. You got to be in radians, my AP physics kids, my AP physicists, if you will. So be real careful on those parentheses. I hate that. That was from 2023. So we got to be careful.
What's going to be G prime?
Yeah. Okay. So if this is G,
We need to find its derivative.
we got to find its derivative. So this is going back to unit 3. If here's G, how do I find G prime?
We need to get the derivative.
Got to get the derivative at what x value?
140.
Yeah, so could I just do math 8 now? Do I need to be careful when I go type this in? Sure do. I'm going to try this one more time, guys. I'm going to try mine one more time. You guys give it a shot too. Cosine, parenthesis, x over 120. I'm going to square that guy. And we want that when x equals 140. I think I got this one. Negative 0.005. Anyone else get that? Did you get that, Beckett? You did? G prime, why are you laughing then?
How are you doing for phone?
Oh, negative 0.005. So does everyone, I just want to remind you how to take that derivative. What the heck is that referring to? If G was gallons per second.
It's the rate of change of gallons per second.
Right, so don't forget, when we are already given a rate and we want its derivative, how many times do I have to say the word rate in my answer? Twice. So we're going to say, is the rate gas is doing what? The rate of flow of gasoline in gallons per second can be modeled by G. Find the average rate of gasoline. That was part C. So what would I say? The rate of gasoline is doing what? Decreasing, right? Because it's negative. Decreasing at a rate of 0.005 watts per what? Good. Gallons per second, or gallons per second squared at T equals 140 seconds. Whoa, lots of words there. Here's what I'm going to underline to get all the points. The word rate has to be used twice. Decreasing has to be used, the correct units, and at what time. Did we have to show how we got it? We really didn't. They know it's a calculator. You're going to use your calculator to get that answer. That was a good old blast from the past, though. Okay, really trying to circle in our review as we go. Okay, last one, 2012. It says velocity of a particle is given by V. Acceleration is given by A. Which of the following gives the average velocity, average value of the particle? My average velocity, my average value, my average quantity of this function. What don't I like about C? Yeah, we haven't been saying like total distance or anything like that. So what are we digging then? B, average value. Okay.